For exercise 15-9, I'm going to start this by going a little bit differently. I'm going to start with a template this time. That way all of my 3D settings are already set up, and I'm going to use ACAD3D.dwt since this is in inches. Now, what's going to distinguish this one from most of the other exercises that we've done is I'm going to draw this in pieces and then bring everything together, because that's going to be the easiest way to complete this. So, given that my top view is pretty standard, I'm going to go ahead and just start the line command, and I'm going to draw my lines. So this is going to be 3.5 across. Let me zoom in here so that you can see this. So 3.5 across, and then I'm going to come over 2.38. We'll go back down because it's essentially a square, so 3.5, and then I can just close this off. Now what I want to do is I want to locate all the geometry for the angled piece. So I've got this section here at 0.5 in, and this section here in at 1.75 in, and I'm going to go ahead and, well, I should have drawn a line from this point to this point. Okay, so this line here was useless, and then that line there I was just using as a guide. So now I can offset the 1.25 for this line, and offset that in, and then offset another 1 for this section. Now I want to trim out the stuff that I no longer need. So I no longer need these objects. Now, at this point, I need to draw as if I was drawing from the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in UCS, enter, right, enter, and now I'm drawing from the right plane. So now I can draw a line from here up 1.63, draw a line from here up 0.63, and then I can connect those. So what I have is I have my right side profile and then my top profile. So I'm going to hit Control-Shift-E, and well, before I do that, I'm going to go back to UCS top. So I'll type in UCS top, and then I'll probably need to go to UCS world. Typically it doesn't like it if you switch your UCS before you do an operation, but by going back to UCS world, which is just UCS enter W enter, I can now hit Control-Shift-E and press pull up this segment. So right now it's just loading the 3D stuff, and I'm going to press pull that up 2.5. Control-Shift-E again, and now I'm going to click in here and bring that up 2.5. Go back to UCS, right, and then Control-Shift-E should grab this profile, and I'm going to bring that back in 2.38. And what that does for me is that gives me the complete 3D geometry for this thing. Now, the one thing to note is that each piece is separate. So at this point I'm going to type in union and then select all my objects. Now it's one solid object, and if I change the color, it's a little bit easier to see. So let me go ahead and change this to yellow, and hopefully that'll make it just a little bit easier to see the different sides. Now if I want to get rid of my 2D geometry, I can just take and move this out of the way and then erase my 2D geometry. But that is, for the most part, not necessary in this operation. Now, once you have this done, this is where you create your base views. So I click on base from model space, and it is going to load some additional background files that it needs to do this. Hopefully it's not going to take too much longer, and hopefully it won't crash my computer. But once this is done loading, I just select my object, select enter, and then I'm just going to take this to layout 1. So here on layout 1, it now wants me to place my front view. So I can place my front view, select exit, place my top view, my right side view, right click, enter, and then it's going to go ahead and place these views. And I'm going to want to move these views a little bit so that they all fit nice and neat on the screen. But at this point, I'm ready to go ahead and complete the dimensioning for each of these and then turn it in.